Okay, take two. This is Cedric and Sidra for CR Reviews. We're reviewing Queen and Slim 2019. This is inspired by Sunday Secular that she already reviewed it, and I didn't want to review it after listening. Sidra was like, "You want to do it before or after?" I'm like, "Do it before," because I didn't want to
taint our review.
Yeah, taint the review at all.
Want me to start off again?
Yeah, start off again. Maybe you got your thoughts more collected so you can, because Sidra was doing the 5-second pauses and stuff, and I was like, man, they're gonna be like, is it still going? Are you still there?
Have some patience, man. People got to collect their thoughts. And the movie made an impression on me, so y'all just hang in there.
Yeah, but they also like, you know what? If you don't know what you think about the movie, then why are you doing the review?
I must be like, stop having a goldfish brain and relax.
That's her talking shit, not me.
I'm not talking shit. People are too much into gratification. You want everything in 1 second. I don't operate that way. So,
alright, go ahead, lead off. Now she's queen, but I ain't Slim.
Okay.
I am not Slim.
I'm not Slim either.
I ain't even got you moochie. I'm just got you.
Okay.
Oh man, anyone that listen to Rocky Romero New Japan for Wrestling, they'll get that. Yeah. But in any case, that's probably most likely esoteric. But
so, I enjoyed the movie. It's been about now 30 minutes since we watched it, and
it was 20, but
that's been 30 minutes since we watched it.
Got interrupted.
And it's cool.
Not really, because it was a very funny introduction. But let's keep rolling.
You can do an outtake if you want it. So.
No.
I'll
do it. You know what? I'll dig it out the trash, and if they want to hear how it began, it's like 8 minutes. Then I will upload it just for that. If I get requested for it.
Okay. So as I said, I like the movie, and I'm reflecting on it since we stopped watching it, and during the movie when you're in it, characters are black, we're black. A lot of decisions that they made. We wouldn't have made, but in a very artistic sort of way, the writers probably and the directors had things happen so that you can see the impact of, their catastrophe on the community around them, on the black folks around them as they move from the northern part of the country to the southern part. So they a lot of decisions that they made were because, well, as I said in the last recording, as much as I wanted them to make it, I knew they weren't gonna make it. I mean, they just, maybe if it was 1950, they would have stood a shot. Maybe. But I knew definitely that they were not gonna make it in this day and age. And so a lot of decisions that they made deep down knowing I might not get this chance again. You could see them have that quick discussion, and it was almost like they was shut down in the naysaying because they would have that thought, I might not get this chance again. So a lot of things they did that black folks wouldn't do. You're on the run. You're not going to stop at the blues club and get and cut a rug. You're not going to stop and ride a horse. You're not going to hang out in the car just to feel the breeze on you and feel that freedom. A lot of things you're not going to do, but artistic license and the fact that they weren't going to make it, it softens me a little bit towards those decisions. And those decisions did not lead to anything bad. And I remember watching it with Cedric, who was like, you got a sense of foreboding with this. And yeah, but nothing happened. Those instances, nothing happened.
And that was original.
That was very original. What was I saying? Oh, there are the whole spectrum of black folks were in this movie. I guess the character that we would call Slim, he was religious, church going, gospel listening to, didn't drink, didn't smoke. She was an atheist, a loner, professional, intelligent, properly speaking. And as I said, she was prickly.
And direct. I loved her direct.
Very direct.
I love that.
She was so damn prickly. After about 5 minutes, I was like, I don't even know why you're on this date with her. It. I really liked it. And so we got these two opposite ends of black people. You know, they ran up in the blues club, and it was, you know, it was all over the country who they were and what they'd done. So everyone in there knew. But black people
I'm gonna
have
do
a
some
trait.
spoilers. I'm gonna spoil the shit out of stuff because I got a nitpick.
Black people have a trait that a lot of other types of people don't have. And that trait is knowing when to mind your fucking business. So when they rolled up in the blues club, everybody knew who they were. They killed the cop who was trying to kill them. Even if they didn't show the cop trying to kill them, all the black people knew that cop was trying to kill them. You don't just jump out your Honda and shoot a white cop in the head because you felt like it late at night.
Shoulder, not the head.
The cop?
Y'all thought he shot him like in the chest or something like that.
When he was laid out on the ground, he was bleeding out from the head. He was bleeding from the mouth and bleeding from the ears. That might have been a headshot.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, you know, they mind their own business. Got free drinks, you know. Let them know we know who you are, but it ain't no thing because we understand.
Yeah, that's why OJ was seen as all good. There's a reason for it.
There's
a reason for it.
The car blew the radiator. They had to push it to the mechanic shop.
I want to crack him upside the head so bad.
The mechanic, he was dumb. He was living in his dream world, thinking as a black person, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen to you. Well, that's not the case. I would have just taken my ticket. There was no ticket to be had because that white cop made up his mind when he pulled them over that he was going to fuck up some niggas today. And that's just it. He made up his mind. You could see it. So there was no just take your ticket and go home. So that fucker was living in a dream world. And then you had the kid, the mechanic's kid. You know, I'm a protest. I don't know what the hell you protest, and no amount of protest is going to make them stop looking for him.
Maybe he thought the protest would be fun.
Maybe he thought it would be fun.
That's a dig.
Okay, I know it is. I know he's digging that. But, you know, he went there all riled up, envious. He was envious. He wanted to know what it felt like to kill a cop. Maybe he had been through some shit with cops before.
Yeah, he wanted to get some justice.
Wanted to get some get back.
That kid is growing. People. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Keep going.
And the cop who was trying to just get him to go home, he was begging him, "Look, I ain't gonna shoot you. I'm gonna have to arrest you. I'm just doing my job." There are black people who are cops who are just doing their job. That's all he was trying to do. He was trying to give the kid a chance. Had it been a white cop, it wouldn't have gone down like that, and he killed him. And then
I told you.
And then there is the bane of black people. The bane of black people. The one who turned them in. What did he turn them in for? He turned them in for money. Money he's gonna be gone is gonna be gone in a month, 2 months, maybe 3. All them stacks of cash he was counting in is gonna be gone. And what did it cost? It cost 2 people their lives. That were cool. I mean, yeah, they were cool people. They didn't do anything to him, but he turned them in.
He's gonna live above his means,
blow through all that money, and then be looking for the next score.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked up his own for no reason other than money. It's covered the gambit of all the types of people in the black community, for lack of a better word, right now. I'll let you take over for now.
Okay. So they meet at the bar. Who y'all? Okay. And he's like, I want to holler at you. She's like, I don't care. I'm like, why are you there? Basically, she looks at him and says, you suck. Basically, it took about 5 to 10 minutes for her to say, you just suck. And you look pathetic, so I just came out. And I ain't want to be alone. You know, even he had, and I said, damn. And he goes, damn. So, you know, kudos for that. You know, for his reaction. Okay, look. Let me go ahead and tear this apart. because I'm not a fan of this movie. I'm not. I do not like the stupidity of this movie. There's some get back that keeps you going, oh, okay. But it takes time. No. This movie, cop shows up. Okay, first of all, how's this movie? What happened? It's the trope that the woman has to mess up. That's the first trope. She takes the person's phone, didn't ask, just took it, Going on her anal retentiveness, she shouldn't have done that. She shouldn't have done that. Now, if she did it 40 minutes into the movie, it would have made sense.
But it also goes along with her controlling. She's controlling, and he's trying to take her home. So, give me the phone. Yeah. I'll show you the way home. I don't know why she
but then, hold up, took the phone, and then won't even using it. Won't even really gotten. Oh, you're gonna point to the direction, like I can see a finger pointing and stuff. So, and then after that, there was no direction. They just going forward.
Mm-hmm.
So that showed how stupid that whole scene was. And here's something dumb. They on the road alone. Alone. This is like horror movie alone. And he reaches over, grabs the phone, car swerves, gets back, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They are alone. Now there's a cop car back there. Sirens on.
It wasn't back there before.
It wasn't there. It ain't sure pull out or nothing. Where'd it come from? They was on a straightaway. And then if you look at the buildings, there was no cop car waiting anywhere. It couldn't because it'd be obstructing traffic. Well, then again, I've seen that in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the car. I got pulled. The car was literally sitting across 2 lanes of traffic. Going just past my grandma's house. I don't know if you remember that. It was in the Oldsmobile at the time. And I was going like 45 and 35 downhill around the...
I remember.
And he was across, 2 lanes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? But it was too late to slow down because the idea of going downhill, I just let the car cruise.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? He pulled us over. This is the thing that happened. Pulled us over. License registration. Sees it. No warrants, no tickets, no nothing. Comes back. Okay. Did he pull his gun? No. Did he have his hand on his gun? No. All right.
This was a long time
This was a long time ago. Also, it was a conversation. And then it led to me saying, oh, so how often are you out there? He almost spilled the beans. Mm-hmm. And he says, I'm out here when I have to be. Mm-hmm. And I had to smile and I saw him smirk because I almost had him. Mm-hmm. I almost had him. But you could do that back then. Now you get pulled by the cops. What are you? Man, I'm fucked.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you are. So, sirens come on. It's going for. I said, come on, dude. We get it. Back in the day, it's whoop, 1. Whoop, keep the lights on. It's this, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You say, crap.
Need to pull over.
Yep. So, you pull over. No, in this, he's going to keep it going and going and going. Hey, everybody, I just pulled over some people. Okay. So, he pulls him over. And everything begins. And, this cop is doing illegal searches and stuff like that.
He has to abandon all common sense to do the dirt he's trying to do.
But here's the thing. No, everything is standard modern time cop crap. It's so common now. That's why he did that. Yeah. I want to look, let me pop the trunk. What? I said pop the trunk. He gave a direct order. Cops are trained. If you disobey a direct order, you can be shot and killed. Your authority is absolute. That's it. Damn the law. The law is your order. You give an order. If they're out of line, you can shoot them because now you're afraid of your life. You don't know why they're being disobedient. They are trained this way. And these racists join the forces just so they can get in and kill some minorities and join their little gang and murder people. That's the point of it. I know. I spoke to one online. Now, dude's like, can you hurry up? Because he's just checking. He's checking the boxes. He's checking the shoes, each individual shoe. He's trying to find something, anything, without a warrant, without anything. I thought he was going to plant some drugs. That's what I thought he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, can you hurry up? And then that set him off.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what'd you say? He's like, it's just cold. It's just cold. At that point, he draw his gun. Okay. Now, he draw his gun. The woman gets out. Why did he pull him? Because they were driving erratic and failed to signal. Failed to signal on the turn. They on the straightaway.
Because they were going straight the
whole time. They turned once way before they saw him. Way before he could have seen them. So that's a goof in the movie. And then she's arguing, hey, no, you need to stop. She's trying to, she's arguing from a lawyer's standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And almost from a standpoint, she knows what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. There's no need for him to pull that gun. Yeah. She knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So he shoots her. I thought he caught her up high, but it was in the leg. Mm-hmm. I thought it was like, a liver shot or something thereof. Mm-hmm. But no, caught her in the leg. And the dude, because, that was going to be an execution. You could see it. Mm-hmm. He rushes him. The gun falls out. It's a battle. We know what's about to happen, but black dude gets the gun, pops him. All right. And he didn't necessarily aim. Mm-mm. He just pointed the gun in the general direction of the cop up high, shot. He don't know where he just shot. I think he even had his eyes closed. Not sure.
And then cop fell out dead.
Okay. So then he's like, well, we can't stay. We got to do something. I can't help but at that time think we need to call the police. We need to call an ambulance first or get some kind of public thing going. Mm-hmm. Call the police and say a cop has been killed.
Well,
then, be like, we know what happened, but I'm like,
there is no decision that they could have made involving calling the cops.
Yes, that's where I'm messed up. That's where I'm messed up because I'm like, my head is like, how do we do this? Because if you flee, you can't stop running. Mm-hmm. So what do we do? What do we say? How do we get this? So I'm trying to think, and I'm like, there's nothing because if ambulance, get it public. Let's get to a question. They're going to kill you in the station. Mm-hmm. They're going to kill you in holding. They're going to kill you in prison. They're going to make sure they get you for killing the murderer. Mm-hmm. Because
mysteriously dying in your cell.
Again, Sandra Bland, her. Mm-hmm. Let's not forget her. She was that first epic one. Mm-hmm. People like to forget that. I don't know why. This was almost a Sandra Bland thing without going to jail.
They forget the chicks, just like people don't think about the chicks used to get lynched. Mm-hmm. They did.
They don't think about that.
Don't think about the women.
No, I think about the dudes. I don't know why. Everyone wants to predict. My bubble. Mm-hmm. My bubble, because dudes never got mentioned. Never, when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Not unless, they did something stupid, then you got to call out what they done or why they deserve it. But other than that, women were absolutely innocent. No matter what. That's how it was when I was growing up. Woman could do no wrong, period. In the story. That's it. So, that's where my bubble comes from.
Okay.
That's where my bubble comes from. So, damn, they got to get on the run. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like she's trying to pass the blame onto him. And it's like, this started because of you. And so they got to figure this out on the run. So, okay. They got the dash cam. The police got the dash cam. The police know who this guy is, what this guy is. But they're looking for these two for murder. You can look at the dash cam and tell that's self-defense. Mm-hmm. You can tell. They even show the dash cam on a phone later on. Mm-hmm. You can see the guy is on the ground, execution style. You can see the woman standing at the car. The cop turns, shoots her. She falls out. The guy gets up and rushes. So the cop's in no danger. The guy is far from the cop. The woman is far from the cop. She's not even approaching. She gets shot, but somehow that didn't make it into the movie, into the headlines. That is what should have been the crux of it. That should have been the whole thing, the whole debate, all of that, but it wasn't. They failed on that. See, and I'm in a mood because of so much that's been going on in the past 2 months. Okay. White people love this movie because a bunch of black people got killed. Because it's like, well, it shows how Black Lives Matter is just. And what you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that? Sit in your damn home righteous? That's what this movie basically showed. It exploited that at the end. It showed that to the fullest. I love one of my favorite segments, actually my 2 favorite, when she got to her uncle and then got to the first checkpoint, the white dude with his questionable wife. Mm-hmm. Those are my 2 favorite scenes. Love them. The stuff that these 2 were doing, I was like, this is not black people stuff. And it's not to make a no true black person fallacy. No. There's just certain things in general, logically, black people would not do, all right, that they were doing. And I'm like, what the? And then, but at the same time, I'm not going to just sit here and be all, yeah, black people, this. But no, I have to think, what would I do if I'm in a situation where I'm afraid for my life, I'm on the run, and I feel like I'm not going to make it? Well, screw it. Do those things that you've always wanted to do. Uh-huh. I get that. Enjoy those moments, As it comes to the boy that killed the cop, I get it, because if it was a white cop, that boy wouldn't have lived.
Yeah, there wouldn't be no conversation.
That's right. Black cop showing he's like, look, man, I'm looking out for my own. I'm trying to do this, and the boy kills him. The boy at that point, I was like, what is wrong with you? See, I met kids like that when I was the kid. I met other kids that were that crazy. You want to know what those kids grow up to be? They grow up to be that white clerk that he went in there and showed the gun and just said, you don't look like a killer. And it's like, so he gave him the gun because he's like, I don't know why. I guess I just want to trust you because you just look so decent. I don't know.
And they needed the gas.
And he's like, I don't know what it is about a lethal weapon in my hand that makes me just feel so strong. And so I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be straight up. My first thought was, is you white? And y'all might say, damn, dude, that's racist. I'm clicking away. But here's the thing. What other example can I really go on when everything around has been portrayed by white people? Every type of dynamic, good, bad, beloved, hated, don't matter. Everything from white people. So all I can say is white people. I can't say black people because we haven't been in enough TV shows and movies throughout the test of cinematic time to be able to say, yeah, us too. Can't do that. Our first taste of, oh, really, dude, what the fuck? You want to know black people's first taste of that? The DC Sniper.
Yeah, man, that was just.
It's like, what?
Because we just knew it wasn't the black people.
We knew.
It's sniping people. No, that's not what we do.
Black people don't snipe.
Nope. We was wrong.
Yeah, it was like, oh, dude.
Damn.
What?
Because that's always the first thing you think. When something jump off and somebody kill a mass bunch of folks, you have to want, are they black? Woo, okay.
Yep. We knew it.
Because, if they black, it's just another mark on us as a race. It don't happen like that with white folks.
No.
They can have 50 crazy looking white dudes killing folks in every state in 1 week and they still be golden.
Do something, y'all. Look up, just research mass murderers for the past 15 years. Look at their mugshots or whatever picture they got. They look crazy. Their eyes are close together, but their hair is that weird cut. They don't look right. They don't look right at all.
I know why. They explain to you why the kid does what he does before he does it. Remember when they're sitting talking about a water, and he was telling them how they would. I think he said if they didn't make it, they would be immortal.
Yeah. If they see, I asked you. I said, did it say if they made it, they'd be immortal? You said yes.
That's why I'm still. And see, that doesn't make any sense though. If you made it, you'd be immortal.
You'd be a martyr. You know, if you
actually, you be immortalized. Either you made or you don't.
Yeah, as a black person, you know.
And then he stops. The last thing they say in that scene is, "I want to be immortal." That's what he said. So he was ready to do something or to go down trying.
Let me tell you what this kid did. All right, y'all. It looked good on paper.
It looked good on paper.
He hyped himself up. He pulled the trigger, not knowing. You know what scared him? What he saw blast in front of his face. Mm-hmm. That's what jacked him up. Not the fact of killing somebody. He saw what the camera shouldn't show. Mm-hmm. That's a messed up sight to see. And he saw it. And he was in shock.
And he wasn't in shock for very long.
Because he got killed.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I got to admit, though, what took so long for them to kill him? But then again, maybe it would have been faster if he was running away at nighttime with nothing on him at all.
But a phone.
You know, maybe that would have been better. Or if he was just standing there naked against the wall with a screwdriver in his hand, 8 feet away from the cop on the other side of a car behind a fence. I don't know, maybe that's what, maybe he need to be laying on the ground with his hands up, with nothing on him at all, obeying every order, Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he should have been the female that the cop could have felt up or something like that. And then he would have been all right. Who knows? Maybe he wasn't molestable enough to live. Yeah, y'all gonna be mad because I'm keeping this. This is real. This movie is based on everything that I'm talking about. It's based on everything that we will talk about, because you think the racist and the stupid is gonna stop? No way. No way. This movie has so many errors. Hey, tell me something. They got a makeover at the uncle's house. Mm-hmm. They look like completely different people. Even we was what? And we watched the transformation.
I don't even know.
How do the people keep finding them? They had on different clothes. They didn't look the same. Was it? Well, it's two black people together. It must be them.
Yes.
Two black people together. It must be them. Not hold on. Not in the car that every news station and APB is saying that they're in.
Doesn't matter.
It's just them because reason.
They fit the description.
Yes, it's two black people.
When they showed up at the white couple's house, the nosy neighbor lady, who probably had 50 cats, is looking across the street. Oh, look at this non-white neighborhood car that just pulled up, and these non-white neighborhood people that just got out. That's a black couple. That could be them on the TV. All it took.
And then she called the cops. Yeah, it's them. Why? They black and out. No, she was a Karen. She was like, I'm going to call the cops because I know some black people going to die. That's all it is. And you know what? My neighbor let them in. My white neighbors let them in. So since they like black people, they can die too. That's all that was. She's probably, man, if I was the neighbors, I'd be like, you know what? We're not going to kill you, but you're going to be begging us to do it. Because and I want to know, look, they need to do a spinoff movie. The neighbor, not her, but the white dude that was nice and his questionable wife, I want to know their story. I need to know their story. What have you done that even to this day, your home has to be made that way? What happened?
Well, the uncle said they served together, and maybe he's seen some things that he wouldn't recommend. That's
an oldie joke right there. Family Guy, right? Guy. Yeah, seen some things, wouldn't recommend it. oh snap! So I would still like to know. Yeah, I'm curious. What did he go through? Still, even though you just said what you said, they should not have been recognized by anyone. Yeah. There is check this out. There is zero clear footage on that dash cam. That black and white dash cam that has such a bright light, you couldn't even make out facial features.
But they showed the newspaper. They had pictures of them straight up. I don't know where they got them from.
Yeah, where did they get them from? Maybe they couldn't have got. Where would they get it from her? They'd have to know her name. They'd have to know her address. Mm-hmm. They'd have to know people of. They wouldn't have been able to get that.
She ain't got any family.
There you go. And him. Okay.
But she was a lawyer. She was a defense attorney, so she would have been known in the legal circles. Hey, ain't that so and so?
Yeah. Yeah, but then after you get the hair cut off,
I don't know how.
There's just
I don't know.
seriously,
How.
watch this movie and you just see how they were in the beginning. Then click forward, you'll be like, that's two different people. You shouldn't even be able to guesstimate who they are. But somehow they kept finding them. Somehow they got recognized when they look absolutely different. You know, I think that's just wrong in the movie. I think that's just wrong. And a few days ago, I was telling you the evolution of police being able to operate in different counties and capture people. Because it used to be, when we fled this county, we go to another county within the same state. You can't mess with us. We're out of your jurisdiction. Then it turned into the state. Then it's like the country. Then they can leave the country, and it's like, well, we can still go get you. And I'm like,
it depends on the country.
It depends on the country you go to. It also depends on how willing they are to cooperate.
Yeah, if they don't have the extradition in certain countries, then there's nothing they can do.
There were points where they were cornered. They were really cornered. And thanks to disrespect, I can't say racist, racist cop. No, won't racist, but disrespectful. And because it's disrespectful, at a growing height of a clear division of overt racism, it can be seen that way. When I don't think he was being racist at all. He might be a racist.
He was being a dick.
Yeah, just being a dick. That's all we can say right now. And that's really what I had to tell you. I was like, he's just being a jerk.
And a lazy dick too.
A lazy one. And so there you go. That's how you get out of trouble, because you mess with the wrong one that actually could have caught them. All right. I love that scene too. I love the oh shit look on his face. The OSL.
All three of them look like, oh shit.
All three of them. All equally messed up, like, oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
And then he walked back almost to just look like, fuck you.
Smiling like, yep.
I just got done with your wife. I didn't like it, but I know it'll piss you off. Oh man. So yeah, it's stuff like that that keeps you going, But they get to the bar looking different, and it's dark in there, and the old couple was getting down.
Yeah. Everybody
but they're recognized. Everybody recognizes them. I just no matter what car they're in. See, they keep changing cars so they can go anywhere. But then they get recognized, and it was all good. The whole movie, it was all good until the end. Trusting the wrong brother.
And they trusted the wrong brother because the uncle trusted the friend he was served with, and the friend he served with trusted this dude, and then this dude's going to move him on to the next dude. So they didn't get betrayed by the white dude and his questionable wife. No.
And it didn't get betrayed by the questionable whoever the pilot is. I'm assuming the pilot was white and cool because he got a plane.
They got betrayed by one of their own.
Yep. There's a lot.
I think it's one of the things that pisses me off the most about this.
What angers me is the overall thing of this. Still in this movie, you can't let black people live. Just can't let black people live. So honestly, to the writers and the directors, fuck you. I can't stand this shit.
The reason why I think they couldn't let them live because it's a movie. And they took a love story, artistically wrapped it, and dropped it into reality. So those things are going to clash because you can't have stone cold reality and these artistic elements and it mesh seamlessly. And plus, you need stuff to drive the story. And having things to drive the story that make sense all the way through is fucking hard.
Fuck that shit. No, it's a movie. You can have artistic, creative. You can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Why can't you give them what white people would get? See, that's what my problem is. White people would just do all this awesome shit, survive explosions and crashes and rollovers and cars and poison and knives and gunshots and then still get away free.
Yeah, I know.
Still get away. Yeah,
That's
to
why
survive the Hulk too.
Yeah,
He just show up, be like, why are you even here? And somehow they evade Hulk smash.
They steeped it in enough reality to make a statement.
What statement? Oh, you mean the statement at the end where everyone's all upset?
No, it's the whole thing's a statement. The whole thing is a social commentary. And when you're doing something that's a social commentary, it's not here's a solution to the problem. Here is the problem displayed in such a way so that hopefully other eyes besides the eyes who live it will see it. That's it. That's all social commentary is. It's not meant to fix.
Social commentary is almost, as you said, open your eyes and see what's going on. Honestly, people know what's going on, and they don't care. And they watch a movie and they say, "Man, that movie was good. It's kind of like real life." And it's like
there are people, just like you said, women were the cream of the crop. They couldn't do no wrong. They could get all the money and slap the dudes and throw drinks, and nobody better not do nothing to them.
And that's just the beginning. And they were seen as done. They were right and righteous and just and justifiable.
But that's your bubble. People live in very strong, dense bubbles, and it takes something jarring, whether it's artistic and fiction or jarring reality, to bust it. When I had my book reading for my first book, and you know this story, I'm gonna tell it again, and it was me and a whole bunch of white women at a book club in a rich neighborhood, and they were sitting around eating pizza and drinking wine. And if the author of the book hadn't been there, they would have done more pizza eating and wine drinking than talking about a fucking book. You could tell. And they asked me questions. They questioned all things about the book, and I really appreciate it, because that proves they paid attention to it. But the book was shit outside their scope.
And it stunned a lot of, it woke a lot of them up.
Shit they didn't want to believe. Stuff like this doesn't happen. Grown men don't have sex with young girls. Yada, 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 yada. But she was intelligent enough to know, no, this does happen. Outside of my world, it does happen. And she said that. And I appreciated that she was able to acknowledge that about herself. And there was another woman who was sitting there. She didn't ask question none. She was just
listening, quiet.
Listening.
Yeah. Nobody can see you, so I had to describe it.
Yeah, sorry. She was just listening. Yeah, thank you. I apologize. But she was just listening, quiet the whole time, and she was like, I was really critical of your book and a lot of decisions you made in it. So she was listening to the questions they were asking me. Yeah, they read a
book and judge the author. They don't read
and
the book.
And the answers that I was giving, and she was like, it wasn't just a bunch of crap. I had explanations for why I made the decisions in my book that I made.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people who live steeped in a thick bubble in their own fucking world, isolated, and it takes something jarring to bring them out of it. Now, I don't know how much of an effect this had on people who live in their bubble, but I'm sure it got to some. So yeah, it's a strong social commentary, and it being that, it's got to be parallel reality as much as it can while preserving the other shit they're trying to express, because it's a love story as well, a tragic love story.
To me, it was Tuesday.
Okay, I understand.
I'm gonna tell you why, because all this that goes down, yeah, okay. At the end, they get killed. Look, that's not a spoiler, all right? They get killed in the end. It's not a spoiler. They black, and it's Hollywood. They black, it's Hollywood. They gonna die. That's just it. All right. But the mural done of them, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone's mad. Raise your fist in solidarity. Fight the power. While going to the voting booth to vote in the same power that you say you're trying to fight. Stupid motherfuckers.
So here's the problem.
Stupid motherfuckers. Fight the power, but let's keep voting in the power that's killing us. But fight it. Stupid fucks. That's just stupid.
Here is the problem. The same folks are running. And very few people either know how to run or know how to find people to run. You know why Barack Obama know he's not the pinnacle, but you know why he ran for office? Because he had Oprah pushing him. Most other folks, no other folks are going to have backing like that. And it's going to take a whole lot for people to galvanize, to put people up there to be voted for and get them out of, and get these people who are always in there out of office. Remember, God damn it, what's the movie called? Sidney Poitier. Guess who's coming to dinner?
One of my favorites.
And he's in there arguing.
That's social commentary on a grand scale. But then watch that, Sidney Poitier. Guess who's coming to dinner? Mm-hmm. That is, you watch that movie. Watch that movie. And although that movie took place in what, the 60s?
I think so.
Maybe the late 50s, but mid 60s at roughly.
Was in color. I think it was the 60s.
Okay. You could swear that movie was done today.
Mm-hmm.
They could remake that movie line for line, word for word, action for action, change the price value, and then modernize the surroundings. Same thing. Don't change a single word in that movie. It fits today.
Okay, remember the scene when he's in there with his dad, and his dad is like, "You married this white woman? Are you crazy?" Mm-hmm. And the whole time his father is browbeating him. "You were never this reckless. You were a good boy." Yada yada yada. And he's just sitting there looking like he's got this plain. Sidney Poitier's got this plain, dead look on his face, and he finally gets the chance to speak. And he's like, "Dad, you consider yourself a colored man. I just consider myself a man." But that was after he told him, is it going to be until the dead weight of his entire generation has lain down and died before anything can be done and any progress can be made?
And that is what stuck with me. That's the crux that stuck with me. Why does it have to be that goddamn crazy for any change? Why do you old motherfuckers and current stubborn traditionalist motherfuckers gotta die for there to be change? Why can't you just be like, wait a minute, it ain't cool to harm other people. Let's just do this now.
Yeah. Oh, we got a whole bunch of money. We ain't gotta keep reaming the masses to get more. Nope, they don't have that thought.
Hate y'all motherfuckers.
They don't have that thought.
This would see, and it is hate. It's hate, But here's the thing: I ain't trying to go to prison. I ain't trying to get shot. I ain't trying to get killed. So people be safe. But I can't stand you privileged motherfuckers that just go out and do willy-nilly, get away with it, while those that ain't doing shit get killed. Mm-hmm. And then you just, like that black dude in Queen and Slim, it's like, why don't you just take your ticket? Because you stupid motherfucker, it wasn't about a ticket.
There was no ticket. It was going to be death that night. When he pulled him over, the decision was made.
And he's got a reputation. He killed another dude, and the boy threw that out there. And I was like, oh shit. So
the foreshadowing. The foreshadowing was there.
Didn't hear it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. He was explaining, he said your lips turn signal and you swirl a little bit. He said, "Oh, my bad." What the cop said.
He said,
yeah, it is. And walked off. The decision was made.
Mm-hmm.
The decision was made.
He was going to find a way to escalate that shit.
And he did. Off the most minuscule and bitch ass. Can you hurry up? It's cold.
He was walking up to the car, and a little bit later, Sidra said, I didn't see it, but Sidra said, did you see the cop looking around?
Yeah, he walked to the car. He got the license and registration. He went back to his car. He didn't check anything. He just said he pulled over, what kind of car he pulled over, what plate it was,
and two black people.
And told why he pulled him over, and it was two black people. He got out the car and looked around, looked up the street, looked down the street, and looked back to the car. You don't look around unless you checking for witnesses or you checking to see ain't nobody rolling up on you.
Mm-hmm. And because of the way the police are today, the sheriff they ran into, they couldn't trust him. And he sounded legit. He didn't sound like he was just simply trying to live.
Mm-hmm.
No, he sounded legit. His words were true, but I've heard them in so many other movies, and I see how black people be getting killed. So I'm like,
I'm glad they didn't kill him because it just would have made shit worse.
Yep. So there's a lot that I find wrong with this. I do. But I like that it exploits that no matter how vile things are, all you're going to do is stand there in your solidarity and protest, exhaust yourself to the winds, go home and do not a goddamn thing about it. You're not going to change your vote. You're not going to go and mess up the cops. You're not going to push to get an actual decent sheriff to control these cops or a governor to control these cops. You're going to just be mad at the next black person or Hispanic or any other minority slain. And if it comes to a Hispanic being killed, black people ain't going to lift a fucking eye for it anyway. Vice versa. Any minority killed, no minority gives a damn. That's just it. There is no minority solidarity. There's just none. That's the problem. Because we've all been taught to hate and distrust each other, even in our own groups. White people mess each other over all the time and still trust each other. White people mess up minorities all the time and are seen as the justifiable ones. This movie might as well be a parody. Might as well be. That's how I see it. You know, this movie, nah. There are parts that I like, parts that I found beautiful.
You have to separate that, honestly, to be able. It's almost like two movies smashed into one.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go just on the love story,
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But the fact that
the surrounding story, it taints it.
I'm gonna tell you this. Here's a final thing that pissed me off. It was predictable. I don't like predictable. I really don't. Hey, it's two people together. Guess what? They're gonna fall in love and fuck. How you know? Because they two people together in Hollywood. They're gonna get together and fuck. What's gonna happen? Well, they black, right? They're gonna die. There's a lot of black people in this movie. Yep. But which ones get seen? Which ones look like gotta have an impact? They're all dead. Simple as that. Well, you know what? The white dude died. Oh yeah, the white dude.
What, the cop?
Yep. He died.
Well, he earned that. That was chicken coming home to roost.
That mechanic. The mechanic, he's the most poignant one in the whole movie. He's the single most poignant person in that whole movie. You know why? Because he is the progeny of racist white America. He is the one. They told, and I grew up around people like him. It ain't what you think. I don't care. Also, you have your preconceived notion, but when the truth is about to be confronted to you, you don't care. You just want him to go. You got your assumption. You can assume what you want, but when they're going to bring up the contradiction, you all of a sudden don't care.
So if you follow the rules, everything be okay.
You believe the racist reports, the cover-ups. You believe the news, but you got the horse right there to talk to. Hey, you're not even going to listen.
They're armed and dangerous, and they had to shoot. That man knew them people weren't armed.
And if they were, they sure as shit weren't dangerous. That man is what I grew up around. Everybody around me was like that. I just screwed you over. I'm going to point out how you screwed me over, and that's wrong. I don't care. You need to worry about tomorrow. I grew up around villains. That's what I grew up around. That dude is pretty much every black person out there. No, they ain't going to give a black person a chance. They ain't going to really care about another black person. But they just care about their money. And if they see it on the news, they going to believe it. Why? Because it's the news and they white and that's it. Not going to trust you. I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to listen to you. All I want is my money and you to get it out my face. I did enough by not turning you in. Leave me be, you guilty. That's what he did. That's every black person. Is it 100%? No, but it's a safe bet.
Right now, I think there are severe age delineations. When Selma came out, a friend of mine I used to work with, she's older than me, she went to see it with her daughter, who was younger than me, like 20 years younger. Not that much, but she was in her early 20s. And I remember watching Selma. It was good. It was sad, but the history of it I already knew. Just the portrayal of it. This shit was brand new to this 20-something-year-old girl, and she wept like a baby. You know, is it because it's different to she's not experienced shit like that. You know, her mom grew up where it was, you know, colors and whites and shit, so it was poignant for her. And you know, just to say the major jumping off point where things seem to really go insane. Now, shit was happening like that before, but I don't know. It like blew up after Trayvon Martin was killed. It was weird. It was like this catalyst of shit with black people getting killed and they getting caught and recorded. People were out there looking. The people who were looking were the young ones. It's not people our age, and it's not fuckers older. It was the young ones who, for them, they were under the guise that
this don't happen.
Shit's pretty much all right, and then suddenly, no, it's not all right.
We can talk about that on a different thing.
Yeah.
This movie was a cookie cutter movie. It was just white Hollywood. I don't care how black the writers were. I don't care how black or half black or whatever the fuck the directors were. It was cookie cutter bullshit. And they used the death of black people to exploit the stupidity of everybody.
It's parallel in life. It's no different.
Art should imitate life, not the other way around. Not the other way around.
So you think this was life imitating art?
It's, of course. All these racists out here, yeah, that's taught at the dinner table. Of course. But they see these movies, the blackface movies, then you see the stuff that's online, and you see how white people just in blackface and just saying, well, it's just your word, it don't matter, freedom of speech, yuck. And they're fed this 24 hours a day, this racist shit. But you don't get the chance. You don't see black people just demonizing white people in general. You know, you don't see black people getting up in white face and then doing stupid stuff. You don't see that.
They have no desire to do that.
No desire
whatsoever.
You see white people going out and, you know, literal cultural appropriation. Why would it be wrong? Because it's a double standard. That's why. Man, if white people could understand just for half a second, it would jack their world up so much they would literally close themselves up in their house and say, I love my bubble, I love my bubble. If they could just understand it for just a second. You know?
To me, thinking about this movie and the way it went, there is, because of the way Hollywood has been about black people and the tropes that they have created around them, there is no way to end this movie to going the way it went and it being in no way offensive. They died. That's fucked up.
No, what if they made it? What if no one dropped dime? They got to the plane, went to Cuba. What if they did that? And they made a video where here is really good, yada, yada, yada. And that's how it ended.
They could have done that. I would have done the video. But yeah, they could have done. I would have been surprised.
Happy. I would have been happy. It would have been so original. No other movie could possibly allow any black person to live, because then it would be seen as plagiarizing that movie.
But if it went down like, you know, the Fast and the Furious, that wouldn't have worked either, because then it would almost be like the black superhero trope that they always do. And I hate the fact that they got dimed out by another black person But that shit happens.
I know. The mechanic was the most poignant, but grill piece dude, he was the only true villain. That racist white cop won't even as nasty as he is.
Yeah.
You know, help the people help these people, because the ones that hate them, same ones that hate you.
They hate you.
The way I see it, you literally help them get justice for their number one murderer. That's what I call sellouts. You know? So how much money were those 2 lives worth? This movement worth? You know? So, yeah, it's a whole lot with this. It's a whole lot. Right now, everyone wants to be suspended in their disbeliefs and whatnot, so they can just have their, happy, joy time and things like that. This is some real shit. It's just a movie. No, it's not just a movie, you stupid piece of shit. Whoever would say that, you are a stupid fucking piece of shit. Because the truth is, this movie is literally imitating life. The only part of this movie that probably, I'm gonna say this, everything in this movie could have been real. It could have actually been telling a story that could happen today. It could actually do that. It's just that in real life, either it depends on where you grew up, who you around, and what you can do. It's a 50-50 shot. You would have either been caught on that first day and killed, or you would have got away. They would have got away.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, if
it's a straight 50-50. There is no other percentage.
They wouldn't have got. They wouldn't even got out of Ohio. That's what I was thinking.
They killed this dude and then left the car on the side of the road, and I think that's what his car, won't it?
Yeah.
So that's his car. They look for him. They know his name and what he looked like, and they're looking for him in Ohio.
The car, they left his car in Kentucky.
And they left Kentucky too.
Mm-hmm.
So while they looking for him there for a day, maybe 2 or 3, because remember, it has to be an investigation. They're going to look for him. There's no way they should have even thought about him being out of state.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Cops get killed. I'm not going to say all the time, but they get killed, and it's not no hard target nationwide search for some cop killed on a traffic stop in Boone, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That shit
not happen.
That shit don't happen.
Not happen. Ain't no Apex. Ain't none of that shit.
That shit don't happen. So
not Wilmington, Winston-Salem, not Raleigh, Durham,
not
Asheville,
not New York,
Bronx. None of that.
It don't go like that.
None of them. What, Fayetteville? So yeah, Mecklenburg, wherever the fuck that is.
The nationwide man search.
That's one of my favorite name places in North Carolina, Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg. It sounds weird. Where the fuck is Mecklenburg?
Charlotte.
Charlotte? Mm-hmm. Man, Charlotte should be in Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg.
Mecklenburg County.
Mecklenburg.
Yeah, so the
y'all know y'all find it. Mecklenburg. You be saying it tonight. Y'all gonna be saying it, so you gonna be just Mecklenburg. You just gonna say it. Mecklenburg.
So
Mecklenburg. You're gonna say it tonight too, so you can be like, why am I
would you let me finish?
Mecklenburg.
The nationwide hard target search for this black couple that killed this cop in Ohio.
Mecklenburg, Ohio.
Didn't make any sense either. You have to separate this movie into its 2 parts. Because there's the part that you either are going to be angered by or you're numb to, and they're both a trauma response. And then there is the love story. And with love story, sex happens, so it don't bother me.
We banging while y'all protesting. And I'm like, if somebody out there had the thought of, man, y'all sitting there, doing it in the car, and looking pretty good doing it too.
Yeah.
But and and they out there risking their lives for you.
No,
you know,
they're
this is
not.
stupid. They'd be like, hey, the one that thought that, you a dumb motherfucker.
They
Turn in your rational card, your reason card, your thinking card. Turn that shit in. Pick up your religious hat and go on somewhere.
They did not say, hey, protest for us. And the protest won't do anything to help them no damn way.
Go home out
them
of breath.
Screaming, let them go. What are they going to say? You know, you're right.
We'll let them go.
Let them go. No. Hell no.
Be like, hey y'all, you protesters. I just want to say something. This chant you're doing don't work, and y'all just gonna go home out of breath. We're just here to scare the shit out of you and kill you if you try to cross the line. So, you know, take that with what you want. But we don't have him yet, so we can't let him go. And he killed one of ours. We don't care what he did. We just know that we can kill you, but you can't do anything to us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, government rules, bitches, and then move on. And then be like, what y'all gonna do anyway? Hey, look, we gonna find him. We gonna kill him. You know what you gonna do? Y'all gonna protest or have some solidarity, go home, and then vote for us to keep killing you. So, what's all this for? Go on home. That's why I would have just exploited that shit right there. Go on home so you can vote for us to keep killing y'all.
And they would have ignored you and kept chanting.
I'd be like, oh shit, they dumb. They some dumb motherfuckers. All right, y'all. They're gonna pay us anyway just to kill them. But that's really all it is. We just hire people to assassinate ourselves. It's just indirectly. That's about what it is, and it sucks. But when you break it down to end result, that's what it is. You're forced to pay taxes. Your tax money go to wealthy people. It go to cops who are becoming cops are middle class now. When we were kids, cops was like just barely making it. Mm-hmm. That's how it was portrayed in all the movies.
Anyway, yeah.
You know, that's all we knew. And then we see, cops can dress nice. But normally what they say, cops are getting rowdy back in our day. Why? Because they weren't getting paid much. They live all crappy, so they got to take their frustrations out, and that's not right. Now they're getting paid a lot and got carte blanche. So there you go. Fucking liars. This movie tells everything, exploits everything that's wrong. Everything. It tells you that you're not going to do anything. It shows you why you're not going to do anything. It shows that, yeah, you got some solidarity here and there, but that solidarity is only going to get you as far as white people let you get.
And then the question comes, okay, so what do you do?
To me, what you do?
What do you do?
And get some scruples, get some sense, get your balls and tits up about you, and act like you got some goddamn brains, and vote for the right people to get in. The people that's in now ain't working. Vote them out. Get somebody new. They not working. Vote them out. It don't matter what party. Not necessarily. Because some good people are going to be running in the parties that you hate. They are going to. But since these parties are absolutely corrupt because they know that they're going to be what they are, and you're going to just vote for them, vote Green Party. Vote for humanists. If they are not a humanist, then they don't get your vote. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. If they are not a humanist, they don't get your vote. Look up humanist.
Yeah, because you're going to define humanist because most people don't know what that is.
Do I got to really do this right now?
Well, if you don't have to. You don't have to do a damn thing.
I hear this shit. Mecklenburg. See? Goddamn fucking thing. Define. Wait, this is not Mecklenburg. What? Humanist. Did I even type define? What did I type? Probably like he fine or Cephine or something. Humanist definition. A believer in the principles of humanism. What the? Black people. People that are brown skinned. Oh, mother. Okay, one who is concerned with the interest and welfare of humans. Oh, that's nice. Let's see this one over here, wiki. I'm not clicking on anything. I'm just reading the little brief thing they got up here on the whole page. Humanism is a philosophical stance that emphasizes the value and agency of human beings, individually and collectively. The meaning of the term humanism has fluctuated according to the successive intellectual movements which have identified with it. Generally, however, humanism refers to a perspective that affirms some, and then it's ellipses, because read more, and I'm like, no, I don't want to read more. I don't want to read more. Let's see, what's a language? Humanism, a system of values and beliefs that is based on the idea that people are basically good and that problems can be solved using reason instead of religion. And there's a lot of other stuff up there. Basically, look, are you looking out for your fellow person? Are you trying to keep that person safe? Are you going to conduct yourself in a way that will keep others around you as well as you safe? So a humanist can't operate with greed, because their greed for them is going to definitely hurt a bunch of other people. Ergo, won't happen like that.
The first step,
a humanist would be the first one to say everyone can buy stock in this company in case the stock go up. All of you get better raises and whatnot.
The first step in doing something is first understanding what your own self-interests are, and then not voting against them. Because if you don't have a stance, then voting or not voting is lost on you. It doesn't matter. But if you have to come to the conclusion where, okay, so such and such million people don't have health care or health insurance, so they can't go to the doctor. I happen to be one of those, just hypothetically. So it would be good if we could have health care like everybody else. Why can't everyone have health care? We should put folks in office that want everyone to have health care. It's very simple. It really is.
Bucho effect.
It really is. Figure out what you're on. And yes, start off selfishly, because honestly, if you can make sure that you're taken care of, then most likely you're making sure everybody else is taken care of too.
No, the wealthiest 600 people make sure they're taken care of, but the rest of us, we ain't got shit.
I'm talking about from the standpoint of the example I just gave.
Oh, being a humanist.
I got kids. I wasn't able to go to college, but if my kids wanted to go to college, they should be able to go. And if your kids want to go to college, they should just be able to go.
I don't have $36,000 a year to send my kid to college.
So public state university, what's wrong with them being free? It's not like the state is lacking for money. Ain't y'all got a fucking lottery that everybody's trying to get rich off of?
There you go.
There you go. We should make public universities and community colleges and vocational schools free. Yeah. It's simple.
It's the Bucho effect.
You figure out what's needed, and then you vote in that direction. I don't see what's so hard. Now, finding the ones to vote for, that's going to be a little harder. But identifying what your goal is, once you have that identified, it's going to be a lot easier to figure out who the fuck you're not going to vote for. That's for damn sure.
You know who you don't vote for? The one that's already in there. That's it. Things are not well, and you are there. What if that person's progressive? But they all voted for Nancy Pelosi, so not dealing with it. It's that simple. This movie.
You have to split it. You have to divide it between the artistic and the reality. In order to be able to, because you can't judge it all together. You can't, because they muddy each other.
We'll talk about Star Trek real quick.
Okay.
Star Trek. Kirk and them.
Yeah.
They asked Gene Roddenberry, why are there no Mexicans in your show? And he said, because there won't be any Mexicans in the future.
That's fucked up.
That's what he said.
Because we know who he didn't like.
Thank you for listening.